What's up guys, and I made a trip over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland last weekend, which was amazing, and I snagged myself these bad boys. It's AHSOKA Tano's lightsabers. What? And I also made myself this hand-built lightsaber at Savi's workshop sporting Mace Windude's purple blade. Review coming soon. And I snagged a few additional kyber crystals to go with it, and I got 2 blades to go with AHSOKA's sabers. And now that I'm broke, let's get this review started. Now going back in time to before I opened it, here's how it comes packaged. It's just shrink wrapped. No box, no outer package, no foam, no nothing. All of the legacy sabers just sit stacked up behind the counter, as you can see in this picture I took here. And here's the bottom with some battery info, as well as a UPC and price. Ooh, I'm broke. Now the display box here has some really nice intricacies and Disney style illusional magic, but I know most of you are like me and want to see the sabers first, so I'll save the box details for later in the video. And there they are, guys, AHSOKA Tano's lightsabers, full size in Shoto, and man, do they look sweet. Now before we go into close-ups, I wanted to show you what these look like straight out of the box with the stickers and all. Ugh, ugly. Okay, and now that you've seen that, let's go and peel off these eyesores. You're gone, and you're gone too. Oh, residue. Get that off there. Yeah. Huh, that didn't work out so well. Still residue left. Use tape to get rid of tape. Why is there so much residue? Ha, okay. Nice and clean now. Take this off too. Alright, and here we go. That was a mild pain there. Had to use that tape to get off tape residue technique. But now that they're all off, let's get some close-ups. Now starting with the regular length hilt here, we get a beautifully smooth finish. Now the main body here is made of metal and it's covered in a very beautiful shiny silver. It's got such a good shimmer to it. Just look at how it reflects the light. Now this black portion here is actually made of rubber. It's nice and grippy too. You can see the little connection points right in there. And these little diamonds here are actually made of the same metal and painted as well. So it looks like they probably just machine cut out this section and then glued in that rubber piece right there. But they did a great job because check that out. It's very flush fitting. And on top of that, the edges are very smooth. So it's a very clean cutout. And the black portions on this bottom portion of the grip here are also made of rubber, although the silver portions seem like they might actually be made of plastic. It is a separate piece that is attached, so it's potentially plastic, but honestly it still looks pretty good, so I'm not complaining too much there. And the button activation side continues that smooth metal finish with that gorgeous silver paint there, and the rubber here is the same thing as the other side, nice and flush, very well done. And then the button here, the button itself is actually made of metal, but the gold frame underneath it is just made of plastic, so that's kind of a bummer. And the button, it doesn't do anything when there's no blade attached, even if you have batteries in, which I do. And this one for some reason is a little sticky. It doesn't affect activation, but it's just like, oh well, that's a thing, I guess. And up near the emitter, this black rim right here is potentially metal, I'm not sure, although it does have a nice smooth black finish, which is great. And this top portion here is also metal, and I think that this portion here with the gold paint down here is metal as well. Kind of iffy on that, but it seems solid. The gold though is nice and smooth, very well painted. I love the smooth finishes on this lightsaber. And the top here has a little dust cover, little cap there. You just pop that off and then you get the blade insertion section right there, and this is what the cap looks like in case you're interested. What's kind of funny is that there's actually little slots right here, and there's actually a correct way to insert the dust cover, so if you don't line it up right, it just doesn't go in, which I find strange because it's just a dust cover, so that's a pretty nice touch, I guess. Alright, now I got my trusty flashlight here so you can get a better look at where the blade connects to. You can see there's 3 prongs on the inside there that connects to the blade, and you can also see the railing in there for the blade to go into. There's just 2 little prongs, and then you just push it in and twist, and then it connects. Alright, now moving to the bottom pommel here, everything is solid metal, which I like, and it looks great, except for this piece right here. This little circle is made of plastic, but the screw's made of metal though. And the sound actually comes out of the bottom, and that's why you see these little slots with holes in there so that the sound can actually come out. And you got this nice D-ring that's nice and solid so you can carry it. And the only thing that I find annoying is if you look closely, there's permanently etched in legal fart, so there's no getting away from that, which is kind of irritating, but at the same time it's very tiny and it's silver too, so it blends in, so I guess it's whatever. And now that we finished looking at the regular size hilt, let's go and take a look at the shorter Shoto hilt. It's essentially the same exact design and finish overall, except this little circle portion here has some gold rim around it. unlike the larger one, so I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's a thing. And the bottom here is the same thing, where it has a legal fart that's etched in, and it has a D-ring. And then you got the same details on the other side as well, same buttons layout, except this one doesn't stick like the other one. And then you got the dust cap as well, and that's the exact same size blade insertion point, despite being a shorter hilt. Now, as for the battery compartment, it's located in the pommel here, just like most of the lightsabers, and you simply unscrew this right here. Just screw that off, and then once that's cleared, a little bit more. Didn't quite clear it. Okay, there we go. Once that's cleared, it just slides right out, just like that. And this right here, it's solid metal on the inside, very thick metal, which is pretty just like, wow, that's quality right there. And this screw comes off though, so be careful you don't lose that. So definitely, yeah, that's easy to lose. And as for the batteries themselves, they're located right here, and you simply just shake that loose and make it come out. It holds itself in pretty well, which is a good thing. Yeah, little battery, little kind of modular right there. And then get my flashlight here. You can take a close look at the inside there. This metal on the out portion there, the outer portion. Then you got plastic going down to the inside, and then you got the prongs there. I'm totally missing with my flashlight. But anyways, and then, oh, there we go. And then you see the little triangle right there. That's actually a guide slot, because as you can see on the battery module here, it has that triangle as well, so you can't put it in the wrong way. And when it comes to this module, the speaker portion is right down here, and I'm guessing all like the motion sensors and everything's also in this module unit. But what's really impressive is these batteries actually came with the saber. So these, I mean, it comes with batteries, which is pretty impressive. It uses 3 AAA batteries. They're not the greatest brand. I don't even know what brand it is. It's Golden Power. But anyways, that's what the slot looks like. So that's a good thing, because honestly, if you want to try this out and make sure it works before you leave Star Wars Land, considering that you can't exactly go back in, as long as you got a blade to stick into it, you can. So that's a plus. And the longer hilt's the exact same setup. You just unscrew little mech scroodle right here, and then you just pop that off. Same interior, nice and metally, and then same little module that, oh, this one slides right out, and it looks exact same. And this too comes with batteries, so mega win, mega plus, and I wish more companies actually gave you batteries, so yay. Oh, and the battery modules are also interchangeable and exactly the same. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the blades. Now, I bought one long one and one short one for TV show accuracy, and that's the only flavors they come in, and that would be the 36-inch and 26-inch blades. And for the prices, the long one is $50 and the short one is $45, which I don't really get, because 10 inches is like over 30% of the length, yet you only save $5, so don't really get that math. But hey, and these blades are perfectly interchangeable with Savi's workshop blades, as you can see in this instruction manual right there that says Savi's Legacy. So cool. And here they are out of the package, both having the exact same connector points. And here's what the connector point looks like. Pretty simple overall, just plain plastic with 2 little keys right there, one big, one small, made of metal, thankfully, to slide into this saber. And if you hitting everything already. Okay, there we go, a little bit better. Man, this thing's long. This is a short one too. But anyways, there's the 3 prongs there that connect to the inside of the saber, as you can see there, and they connect and light up. So let's go and try it. All right, now since this is a short blade, we'll go and insert it into the Shoto hilt there. There's the interior. Just make sure the keyholes line up, big and small, like so. And like so, and then it goes in, and then listen closely. Here's a really cool part. Do you hear that? Okay, it pops back out if you don't lock it in. But once the prongs connect, it makes a connection sound. So cool. And then you simply turn to the left. You push it in and you turn to the right, and then it locks into place. And once it's locked into place, you simply push the activation button and... Alright, now the camera angle is clearly too close and it's far too bright, so let's go and back it out and shut the lights off so you can get a better look at these. Boom! And there you go, guys, lit up in the dark. Although I have to say straight off the bat, I'm a bit disappointed with this long one. If you look at the tip of it, it's a little bit yellow compared to the area near the hilt, and it's much yellower than the shorter Shoto blade. And let me change the camera setting so you can see it better. There we go, that should hopefully help. I'm gonna keep the short one off for now because it'll just be too loud while I talk. But anyways, if you look here, if you see like there's kind of a bright dark segment here, let me get closer here. Those are the individual LED lights, and as you see, they're in a strip, and as they get to the tip, it's the LEDs there are yellowish. They're not white. So I don't know if this was like a bad blade or if it's a quality control issue, but either way, it's a major buzzkill because it's not like I can just go back to Disneyland and especially get back into Star Wars Land to exchange it. So now if you buy Ahsoka's blades, these hilts do come with batteries like I showed. So if you bought the blades, I mean, just plug them in, find a dark place, and then try them out and see if they're yellow before you leave Star Wars Land, and especially before you leave Disneyland. Look at that difference. Oh well, with that out of the way, let's take a look at sound effects. Okay, there we go. Up the ladder a little bit so you can see my hand movement. Now we're going to use the short blade for this one because it's just easier to maneuver. They actually both have the same sound effects, just different hilt lengths. So the first one is the movement. So check this out. It's a little bit delayed though. So that's kind of annoying. Same thing for the bigger one, also delayed. Let me turn off the short one. So you got that. So yeah, that's kind of a buzzkill there. Alright, now another sound effect it has is the clash sound when you hit the blade. There you go. Turns yellow as you can see, because normally they turn white, but it's already white, so it's not going to turn yellow. Then you can get the other one, and then clash them. Also a little bit delayed. Now, tell you straight off the bat, these aren't, you know, something you really want to battle with. I mean, it's cool to just have the full lightsaber experience, you know, to be able to tap it, but if you do that too often, you're going to wear out the connection point to the hilt because they're both just plastic. So I wouldn't recommend it. If anything, you can also smack the hilt right there instead of the blade and just get the same effect. And if you want the lowest impact, if you do kind of an air brake, push forward fast, check this out. It does the same thing, and it has zero impact on the blade. So yeah, that's another option. And same thing for the long one. Alright, now let's go and compare them to some other lightsabers that I have. Here they are next to the Hasbro Black Series Luke Skywalker lightsaber that I got back in 2015. Here's my Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Savi's Workshop hand-built lightsaber that I really like. Oh, you guys gotta do this. Review coming soon. Here's another Disneyland lightsaber, the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi Kitty version. Still cool though. And also from Disneyland, Kylo Ren's lightsaber, Kitty version. Oh wait, got one more from Disneyland. It's this itty bitty keychain Anakin Skywalker lightsaber that I got from the Star Trader next to Star Tours. Alright, now that all these lightsabers are lined up, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking the same thing. Man, I'm hungry. I could totally use some McDonald's right now. But we gotta light these first. Alright, got those pesky lights off. Now let's rapid activate these lightsabers. I'm a mini angry Anakin. Rah! And now it's time for some measurements. The Shoto hilt is about 11 inches long, and the regular length hilt is just shy of 14 inches. And they both have the same width, which is just shy of 2 inches, and the same height, which is just a little over 2 inches. The Shoto hilt with the blade attached clocks in at about 37 inches. The regular hilt clocks in just shy of 50 inches. And to give you an idea of just how long Ahsoka's regular saber is, here's the Black Series Luke Skywalker lightsaber. And this clocks in at about 43¼ inches, much shorter. Now I don't know if you've noticed based on the way I've been handling these, but these are heavy. How heavy? Let's find out. Let me just put a sheet of paper over the top here since they're both metal. I don't want anything scratching. Ooh, I think I have to reset it. And I'm going to be measuring it in ounces because the pound setting is really weird. It like mixes ounces and pounds, and I don't know how to read that. I'll just go ahead and convert it for you though. Alright, we'll start with the Shoto blade. That comes in at 30.65 ounces, which is 1.9 pounds. Now let's go and attach the blade to see how much it weighs with the blade on, and it is 36.75 ounces. Let's see if it's any different if we turn it on. Nope, still 36.75 ounces, which is 2.3 pounds. All right, now here's a heavy one, the big hilt. Check this out. 33.93 ounces, which is 2.1 pounds, just for the hilt. Let's go and add the blade now. Get that on there. 41.66 ounces, which is 2.6 pounds. And just to give you an idea of just how heavy this is, here's the Hasbro Black Series Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Get that on there. And it clocks in at 22.19 ounces, which is only 1.4 pounds. It's a whole 1.2 pounds lighter. That just shows you how much metal's in that Ahsoka hilt. Now with all that lightsaber action, I bet some of you probably forgot about the box. The front of the box has a nice fulcrum symbol there and a nice silver, and the white color actually indicates the color of the blade, but honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan, you already know what color the blade is. And the box is actually a pretty sturdy plastic. Got some nice detailing right there, the 8 and up, but honestly, it's like whatever, nobody listens to that. You got that there, some more details, some more sculpting on the back as well. Same plastic all throughout, the nice kind of grayish going on there. Then you got the top here, which is smooth, and then you got some like vents over here that aren't really vents, they're just sculpted in vents. Then you got the bat that's upside down. You got the bottom here that's all smooth, nothing going on, and then you got the little instructions on how to remove the batteries, which I already showed you, and of course the UPC with that $200 price tag. And the fulcrum symbol here is actually also the button to open the case. It's spring loaded there, as you can see, and when you pop it, it pops right open to reveal the inside. And that's what the inside looks like without the blades. Now this tray here is actually removable, so we'll go and pop that out first. And then on the inside, it's pretty plain. You have some foam padding up here, which is pretty decently dense foam, as you can see, to protect the top, kind of squish it in there so it doesn't, you know, flop around. Then you got this foam here, which is nothing more than your standard issue, just foam. And then you got 2 on each side there. Once you take that out, all you have is an empty box, and then this paper here, it says, what's it say? Meh, I do what I want. And here's a closer look at the button mechanism with everything out. You can see it's spring loaded there. Got a little hook, as you can see. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, there we go. You see the hook there, and that hook just connects to this portion right up here, and then it stays shut. And for the saber tray here, it's just a nylon cloth here with some elastic bands on the side that's draped over an injection molded plastic tray. Go and take off that cloth there just so you can see what it looks like on the inside. You see, this is just kind of a almost like a hairnet or something like that, nothing special there. And then there's the injection molded plastic that's just in the shape of Ahsoka's sabers. Alright, now let's go and get some measurements. It's about 17 inches long, about 4 inches tall, and a tad bit over 7 inches wide. Now I know many of you are going to be flying into Disneyland, so let's go and see just how much suitcase weight, reset that there real quick, that this is going to take up with everything inside the case. Alright, let's see just how heavy this bad boy is. Whew, 96.61 ounces, which is a whopping 6 pounds. Dang, you could knock out a Wampa with this thing. Well guys, when it comes to the saber hilts, they are very well built and are a mega win. If you're an Ahsoka fan, this will likely be a must, but at $200 it does have a high cost of entry. Now the yellowish blade tip is a major bummer, but that's a separate issue related to the overall blade quality and not these hilts. Just learn from my mistake and make sure you check your blades before leaving Galaxy's Edge. Oh, and a quick shout out to Gabrielle Ariella for being the first to correctly guess the amount of times I said champagne in the Endgame Basic Chitauri review, which was 27. Congrats! And stay tuned for the review of my custom Savi Workshop saber. Man, I love that thing. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.